Hi, welcome back. Today's video is all about the Smoant Charon. There we are. You might be wondering why I've got my gloves on. Well, this is take 3 actually, if I'm honest. It's such a hot day. It took me, these gloves just were a nightmare to put on. I thought no one wants to watch me do that, so I'll put them on and start again. So, hello again. back with a review. The tank, brilliant tank in my opinion. I don't know how to describe it for the best without trying to get gushy and look like I'm doing the hard sell, because I'm really not doing the hard sell. But if something's good, I've got to tell you it's good. So let's see it in action for you. Here it is. I've got it on the EVIC, so 40 watts, 3.46 volts, and it's a 0.3 ohm coil. I have been using it today in my MV22, but I thought if I take it out of there, you can see better, see the tank better and what's going on. So let's show you it in action. Absolutely cracking flavour, no overrun, no issues, none. And I've been using this tank for 3 weeks. 3 weeks solid using this tank. I've had not one issue. There are a couple of things I don't like about it, and I will be honest and I will tell you about them. But in general, I rate it, and I rate it very highly. So probably the best thing we can do is go down to the table and I'll show you what comes in the box, and we'll put a coil in it, do it my way as usual, and wick it up and show you in action. Okay. You may notice I've got my Nature Vape t-shirt on, all freshly pressed and ironed by the new lady in my life, so thank you to her for that. I'm not used to ironed t-shirts, it's great. Instruction book, that's thrown me off, hasn't it? Pretty good instructions, just shows the breakdown of the tank, specifications, just how to fill it. Pretty straightforward stuff. On the flip side, there's the coil there. That's the SC stainless steel coil. They are the same coils as the Smoant TFV4, so they're interchangeable. As is the next one, which is the velocity deck, and that is where it really shines. That's where this tank wins, in my opinion. And there it is, showing it with 4 coils in. I don't think I'd want to go that far, just a dual coil will do fine. But that's the instructions. Japanese organic cotton, bag of goodies including Allen key, O-rings, and a spare pair of coils, Clapton coils. The tank itself with its drip tip. Okay, working from the top down, I will say I'm not a big fan of this drip tip. That's one thing I don't particularly like. It's not awful, but it's not, you know, I don't think it's something special either. So there you go, -1. Top fill, there's a little drip mark here. I hope you can see it, just there. Shows you where it is, and you fill the juice in here, rather like another tank that we're all used to. So I'll shut that. Down in the bottom, the airflow is 4 holes, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So you really do get good airflow with this tank. Okay, and just on the base, nothing there of any consequence other than who made it. So unscrewing the tank, the glass is just push with your finger on that piece. That's always the best way to take a glass out. Decent glass, nicely cut, and the O-ring at the top there. So put that back, not a lot to see there. This is the standard coil, which comes in the in the tank. Now this is the same, as I said, as the Smoant TFV4. With a bit of luck, if I can get the camera right or the angle right, you can see it. There you go. You can see inside there. It's got a dual coil. It's not for me, this coil. I don't think it's that good. Having said that, it's a spare coil to keep by you if something goes wrong with a velocity deck. You know, it's there to put in. Right. This is where this tank wins every time, in my opinion. The velocity deck, which comes with it, there it is so easy and nice to work on. I know you're probably saying all velocity decks are nice to work on, and yes, they are in the main, but this, as you'll see in a little while when I coil it and wick it, is just such an easy one to use. So probably the best thing we can do is stick a coil in it. I'm going to put my own style of coil in here, and the coil is, it's 0.34 millimeter Canthal, which for our American friends is 28 American wire gauge, 7 wraps around a 2.5 millimeter post, and that will come out with 2 of them. That will come out at my tank fell over, 0.3 ohms. Okay, and it's going to be a double wire for each one, so 4 wires in effect. Okay, so here's the wire. Bend that in half. You want about 25 centimeters, 28 centimeters, something like that in length, total length of this wire, to make it easy to work with. Just bend it in half, put a screwdriver at the end there or something, give it a tug. I think you may have seen me do this before on my videos. Then you want to just straighten each of those out a bit if you can. They tend to sort of go across each other. I'm going to try and, this is awkward, trying to do this to show you and to get it right for me, but hopefully you'll see. Let's do that side and this side. There we are, that's coming good. So you should end up, I hope you can see it, let's take it off a screwdriver, with something like that. Okay, grab that end like that. So we'll put this in our 25 millimeter 0.25, no, God, 2.5 millimeter, dear oh Lord, late again. Okay, so put the double end in there. You'll see at the front here which one wants to go nearer to the bottom. You can sort of tell, I think it's that one. No, it's actually that one. There you go. So we want 7 wraps. So if we give it 8 and then take one away, that will do us well. There you go, that should be fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if we just snip, there's a little loop this end, let's just lift that up, if you can see it, just snip that little loop off there. Okay, that's left on the pliers, that's fine there. Pull that off, take the wire off, and if we turn it round, we've got the nice straight edge at the bottom and a crinkly old edge this end. So if we take the wrap off by holding that there. Hope you can see this. Spin one end round. If you hold your finger on it a bit, it just stops it flying away. So I hope you all got the gist of that. I think I did cover it with my finger. And there we are. That's our wire. So we don't need quite as much on there. So let's just snip that down to make it easier to work with. That'll do us fine. Bits of wire there. And there we are. There's our coil. So now we need the post, 2.5mm. I got it right that time. And velocity deck. I'm trying to hold this so you can see it. I don't think it's helping. I've got these gloves on. Oh, hang on. Well done, mate. Let's just open these up. Oh, that's a point. I've been asked a lot of times, I get emails, what Allen key is it you're using for these screws? It's a funny size. They're a 1.3mm screw, most of these tanks now, and everyone goes to their shed and has a look and nothing fits. Well, I can tell you, with this is the Werra, and the number is 118064, and if you do a Google search for that, you will find it. Okay, and they're not a lot of money, they're absolutely brilliant. So if you like your coil building, might well be a good investment for you. Took me a little while to find it. Right. I've got new glasses. Do you know what? I think they're worse. So if we put the coil fairly close to the centre, tighten that side. Now if we just give that a little push in the right direction, just want to pull that in slightly, that's it. And this one of course will be the bottom. Let's just go in a bit more than that. There you go. It's a lot easier to do when you're not worrying about the camera. Just push that over slightly. There we go, that's one. We'll snip that wire. I normally grab hold of the wires, that's one flown across the table. I just worry about my dogs going on the floor. Let's hold that one, there you go. Oh, it hasn't, it's actually there, I think I can see it. Good. Next wire. This, I made this one earlier in true Blue Peter fashion. So I just thought that would save time. You see me make one, you don't need to sit and wait and watch me make two. There you go, in it goes. And the same again, we'll just move that bit forward. There, tighten it up. This one's gone in okay. Pull that, just push it in slightly with your finger and tighten it up. We'll cut those wires. Yeah, that's fine, that's good. Lay it on that side. Right, good. Now all we've got to do is just straighten that wire up a bit. This one's spread open a little, I think, with the look of it. Yeah, a little bit. So hopefully, there you go. We'll be able to just tweak around with him. That looks better. And that is about the height that you want. Maybe a touch. You want it so that there's a little platform there. I wonder if I can show you. The platform inside, that's going to be a nightmare, isn't it? Ah, there you go. Let me do it this way. Little platform there, you want the bottom of the coil level. So these just want to come down slightly. If you can see, go that way. Right, if I move them, you'll be able to see. Then you've got the right height. So just down a bit. I've tried quite a few coils with this, and the standard Clapton's not too bad, but I just love this coil setup with this tank. It's absolutely brilliant. So much so, I'm going to be selling the velocity deck on its own on the site, so that, and I'll coil it and wick it for you. I'm just so conscious that people buy these things and they're like, oh, it wasn't like it was when you did it, sort of thing. And I think, right, well, I'll get the velocity decks, I'll coil them, and I'll wick them. So all people have got to do is just drop juice on them, and they can copy what I've done in the future. So let's put that in the base. The other nice thing with the velocity deck is you can grab the sides to tighten it without messing up the coil. Let's take this one off here. I'll just lay that on my, I've been using it on my mech mod. I'll tighten that up properly later. So what did I say? 0.3 ohms, didn't I? Let's see how good I am today. Rubbish. 0.34. Let's just turn that power down a bit. There you go. So I just want to nip those wires together slightly. Get them glowing nice and even. If you want the ohms slightly lower, just put it in a little tighter to the centre posts, and they'll be lower. That's not bad. Start it again, make sure it's okay. And yeah, it's a little quicker on the other side. Just make sure that's tight. I honestly think these glasses are worse. There you go. I think we'll settle for that. That'll be fine. Just that side. Sorry, I'm being fussy, aren't I? I shouldn't be as fussy. That's better. Right, I'm going with that. That's absolutely fine. So we'll take that off. Always mind your fingers when you do this, it will be hot. And we'll do our wicking. I'll just take the top layer off. forgot my normal little tweezers that I use, but it doesn't matter. I can manage with these. If you've watched my videos before, you see I usually use some little tweezers. Perhaps I should have had them. That'll be fine. That's good. Okay, I would say it's quite thin, this is. Let's go a little bigger. See, you forget one thing and you've had it. You can't just reach to the drawer and get it when you're doing these things on camera. You have to have to carry on. Thanks for everyone's comments on my last video about whether I do the, go through the build and wicking. It seemed to be that people liked me doing it the way I do it, with the long and laborious way of coiling and wicking. And people also seem to be in favour of, I was going to say foul language, of no foul language on the YouTube videos. But it's funny how the people that seems to swear and swear get the most viewings. It's quite odd, but I'm not gonna succumb to that one. Right. Oh, I've gone out of camera. That's pretty obvious what I'm doing. That's about perfect there. We want about half of this cotton, so half and half. Okay, so about there. The next one through there. Perfect. Now, this is a bit like, do you remember the K-funds of old? All you got to do is bunch the wicks up like that. Grab this, place it over the top and screw it down. That's all you have to do. Now I want my little tweezers again. Make sure you've got all these bits up. I cut them quite short. I was gonna, there you go, I was gonna do them in two lengths so they're really long so you could see, but I don't think you need to. You can see the result there. And then literally just cut across the top. Let's cut that long one first. Oh, my dog's dreaming. Can you hear him? Bless him. Obviously saw a rabbit today or something that's got him going. So dead flat and level at the top. And then I've got to try and do this so you can see it and I can see it. It's obvious. Hang on, let's take it out of here. Oh, idiot. It's okay. Saved. Right, there you go. That'll happen to you, so I'll leave it. What I want is the coil. There you go. Out of the base. So you can see that as I mentioned before, that's where it's going to be taking the wick. So you know pretty much that wick there belongs to that one. So you can just separate them up a bit. I'm trying to do this so you can see it and I can see it. It's not going to be an easy one to do, I don't think. Let me just make a head start and then we'll be good to go. So there's a wick there. Oh, there's a coil rather. There's the velocity, and just literally just push that side down. There you go. Once you get this started, it really is honestly dead easy, because you can see where your next one is. So there you go, there's the next one. Down it goes. Like I said to you before, I really don't think these glasses are as good as my old ones. And don't say should have gone to Specsavers, because I did. That one in there, and that one. Go on, down you go, down there. Now you'll also see, if you look underneath this, you don't have to do it this way. You can drop them down before you put the lid on, but I just think it's easier if you look underneath in here. You should be able to see your wicks clearly to see if they're down far enough. I can't actually see one on that one, so we'll go back up there. Push him in, there we go. That's it. So the inside of the coil should look, if I can turn it to some sort of light so you can see. No, it's night there, isn't it? No, I don't think it's not going to play ball. Ah, there we are. You can just about see there. There you go. You can see. You can see right down that centre the airflow as well. So let's put that back on the base, give that a nice tighten. You know, there's nothing to be finicky about here. You can get quite bullish with it. Put that back on the base. I'm going to use some of my raspberry twist e-liquid, and all we're going to do is put a couple of drops in each corner. You can see where it is. 1, 2. There's actually 3. 1, 2. Okay, and then what I normally do is just couple on the coil itself. Now while we're building up the tank, that should be getting a good soak up. And that should be fine. So, glass back on. You can close the airflow, probably a good habit to get into when you fill it. Just shut the airflow down, pull that bit. I get the feeling my camera work tonight has been appalling, but I've rushed to get everything done tonight so I could get this video done to show people, because this tank really is worth showing. It really is. There you go, fill it, just leave a little bubble, probably about that much. Shut the top, open the juice flow, and with a bit of luck we should see some bubbles. Nothing yet, perhaps when I do a primer puff. So we'll put it back on here and we'll start it off. Well, that'll do, 27.6 watts, that'll be fine to start it off, and we'll go from there. I'll see you up the top. Welcome back. So, actually I can take these gloves off now, can't I? Should have done that. I thought this video is going to be simplicity itself. I'll make this coil, it'll be dead easy. And I made the wicking look hard. It really isn't hard, it's just push those 4 corners in. So a couple of primer puffs. Oh, I can't see a bubble yet. Let's give it a go though. Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, that's coming, and it literally is as easy as that. It will be take, I don't know, 3 or 4 to get that wick really going. There we go. So we can turn that up a bit now. Let's turn that up to, let's go up to 40. Whoop, too far. There we are. 40 watts, which is still only going at 3.69 volts. So it's about what a mechanical mod would give you. Look at that vapour, and the flavour is unbelievable. No, it's not got any top airflow. Good, in my opinion. I don't like it much, or not on the tanks I've tried. It's got no juice flow adjuster. Good, because they're nothing but a pain in the neck. We have them fully open anyway, so why have them? To prove a point, when you want to fill it, if you shut the airflow down, pull it, it doesn't all leak everywhere. There's no bubbling. Down it can go again. Open the airflow. Give you another vape. Loads of flavour. Oh. With this coil, let's take that up to 50. This is, I don't normally go up to 50. I'll have it at 40. There's 50. Ooh, let me see it all. Yep, there you go. 50 watts. It will take 60. 60.1. I'm just proving a point. Too hot for me, my goodness. But it didn't overrun or struggle in any way. Let's go back down to 40. 40 watts. There you go. Absolutely, for me, bulletproof tank, just works, and that's what it's all about. I mentioned a couple of negative points. I'll go through them. I don't like the drip tip. It's a personal thing. I think I mentioned that already. Don't like the drip tip. I don't particularly like the this is just such a personal picky thing. I don't like the blue O-ring much. I just wish it was black. In fact, on mine, let's grab it over, put it on my mechanical. I've put a black one on mine, and it came from another tank, which I can't tell you. It was a below V3. The O-ring fits. That's been going for a week, that wick. Haven't wicked it for a week. So they're the negative points. Just some other points of interest. It's a true 22mm wide. There's no little flange or burr. So if you're trying to put it in like our earlier NV22s, it will fit. What else? Top fill, we know it's top fill. We know it takes the Smoant TFV4 coils, so you've got a whole range of coils that from Smoant you can put in. It's easy to wick, although I made it look hard. Easy to coil. You don't have to do my coil. But as I say, I will be building this very velocity deck complete with coils and wicks for people. Well, I'll tell you the price, it will be a tenner. lots of airflow, holds 4 ml worth of juice, and I think that's about it. I can't think of an awful lot else to tell you. The tank itself will be, it's not expensive. It's £22, £21.99. So I think an absolute Billy bargain really, and it's for something that, okay, I'll give you an example. I normally, you'll probably relate to this, I normally go out, I'll take 2 mods, 2 tanks, just in case one plays me up during the day. I've been going out with just this for a week, not 2, just this. So that should show you at home my confidence in this tank. So one more vape before we say goodbye. Tremendous flavour. Same rules apply. I'll be giving this very tank away here to a lucky person who makes a comment. You must subscribe or have been subscribed and make a comment. Tell me something interesting. Tell me something you like about this tank. That would be nice. And I'll put you in a draw and someone will win it. We'll post it off to you. For now, I think that's all. They're on the site, available to buy. I was trying to think of a bit like, do you remember Remington? I liked it so much I bought the company. I was trying to think of something where I could relay my confidence in this tank, like, you know, if you don't like it, I'll refund your money without even you returning it. And I thought, I can't do that because there's so many people would exploit that. But that's the sort of thing, that's the sort of confidence I've got. So if you buy one and you disagree with me, you can slag me off to the hilt on YouTube. Please feel free, but you won't. And if you buy one, I hope you enjoy it. Bye bye for now. Mark from Nature Vape.